Bonjour, Historical Drama with the Boston Sisters podcast subscribers. This is Michon, Boston. Tequina and I have our eyes on the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, France. Watching the Games brings back memories of our visits to the City of Lights and our conversation about the Apple TV series, The New Look. There were some things we didn't include in the final version of that podcast, that's episode 53 if you recall. Now we're letting you in on some of our personal memories related to the fashion houses of Dior and Chanel. You might call them sensory memories, including Tequina's visit to the Chanel Couturier in Paris.
My first and maybe only couture experience was my first trip to Paris. And since it was the fall, and your birthday's in the fall, and you liked the fragrance cocoa, I wanted to get you. Now, I couldn't afford the actual perfume, so I guess I got you the eau de toilette. But I went into the house, the Chanel establishment, and I remember it was a rainy day, and I looked, I did not look haute couture. Let's just say that. And I go in, and there's this woman at the top of the stairs, very elegantly dressed. She looked like the actress who played, I guess, Raymond in Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. And she looks down the stairs at me, and she can tell I'm an American. And she, asks, "May I help you?" Deep voice.
She didn't even try French. She just knew.
No. And I said I was there to buy the cocoa, so they directed me to where I could pick up your little eau de toilette. And I was ready to take out my credit card, and it was like, oh, no, transactions are done on the floor, the main floor. You went back into a little room, and that's where you did your payment. That was my experience at Chanel.
Well, let me ask you this. Was that a little teeny bottle?
Yes, that little teeny bottle you still have on your bathroom counter.
I read the little teeny bottle and the label said parfum.
Oh, really?
Eau de parfum.
I guess I was like, maybe, but it is a little teeny bottle.
It's a little teeny bottle. I still have that little teeny bottle after all these years. And I bought the eau de toilette spray.
Okay.
And that was when I was really into vanilla, because you can smell a lot of vanilla in those scents. But
yeah. Well, talk about the Lagerfeld dress that you got because of the buttons.
It was a dress shopping thing. I needed some business looking dresses, but this one is more casual. It's pink. I like pink. It has that textured fabric that I like. And I bought it because it was called Lagerfeld. Actually, the buttons look like Chanel buttons, but they don't have the interlocking C's. This is his off the rack label. And I just felt, let me get this just so I can have it. I mean, sometimes you just do that, just like the lipsticks. And when I used to have the foundation, I do not have anything from Christian Dior. To be honest, I don't recall Chanel No. 5 being a favorite scent of mine. Okay.
Tell me what you think of Chanel No. 5, because on me, it just smells sour.
When you say the word sour, that's kind of rings a bell. I can't remember the scent. I don't recall me saying Chanel No. 5. I got to have this. It just wasn't me. I didn't feel it was me. I mean, there have been other perfumes or eau de toilettes that I really liked more. The commercials were great.
Yeah, the commercials are fabulous.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I like about Chanel No. 5. And I never tried Miss Dior or any variation of that. I remember smelling it once and felt it was too light for me. just a little too light.
I
But
think there's some lily of the valley in it because it has some association with where Catherine and Christian Dior grew up in their mother's garden or something like that.
yeah, yeah. And actually, that's part of the story too about the creation of the perfume. And perfume is a very key product for fashion houses because everyone can have a little something.
Right.
If you can't afford the haute couture, you can afford the eau de
The
toilette at least.
Yeah. I guess it's like a form of what they're calling quiet luxury, is to be able to have a fragrance. Whatever.
Yeah, okay. Have you listened to our podcast on The New Look, episode 53, or watched the series on Apple TV? Do you have a story or a favorite historical drama about Paris? Tell us about it. DM us on Instagram, Facebook, or write to Historical Drama with the Boston Sisters at podcast@michonbostongroup.com. Go to our webpage at michonbostongroup.com/Boston Sisters and click on our online bookstore where you'll find books about the history of fashion, couture, and the people who inspired it. Book purchases support production of this podcast and independent booksellers in your community. We'll be back in September for Season 4 of Historical Drama with the Boston Sisters, wherever you subscribe to your favorite podcasts. Merci pour votre attention. Thank you for listening.